Good afternoon. Just go ahead and get started. We are here for a second pre-bid meeting on the Lincoln South Beltway. There's been a few things that have occurred over the past month, and we'd like to bring you up to speed with those. We'd like to help you understand a little bit some of the advancements that have been made in project delivery, and then give you all an opportunity to ask questions. And truly, the length of this meeting depends on you. Our presentations are not that long, but there is opportunity for questions, and we are here as long as you need us to be to attempt to answer questions, or at least take that information and get you an answer later. So, as we move forward, good afternoon. As I said, the intent of this, we're going to go through and we're going to talk about the project delivery status at this point in time. And as you know, it's gotten to the point where we've posted the project, and we've made a few changes, and we have a few changes yet to come. We'll be talking about those a little bit. We want to thank the Seostra Shrine for allowing us to use their facility. Appreciate that, and the refreshments that they did provide for us. Would like to thank the presenters for their time in preparing, and hope that it brings you some useful information. For those of you who were here last time, you're familiar with this, but this is our disclaimer. The presentations regarding the South Beltway is intended to provide information regarding the project, the procurement process, the potential for financing project costs. None of the information discussed should be relied upon and may be subject to change. Furthermore, any responses to questions submitted in writing or presented during this presentation cannot be relied upon. Only the final bid proposal, along with any addenda thereto, constitute the procurement documents to be relied upon by a potential bidder when submitting a bid. Any questions? All right, our agenda is fairly concise today. We have the opening remarks. That's me for your entertainment today. Project updates. We'll have people talking about right-of-way. Brendan will be up for right-of-way update. Jamie will be coming up for the utilities. Tyler will be coming up to give us an update on the railroad agreements. And then we as a group, Barney will be doing the updates to the financial provision, but then we as a group will try and handle any questions that we have on a panel basis for the financial provisions. Barney's also going to spend some time, no, not Barney, excuse me. Brian is going to spend some time going over the deferred contract payment certificates, where they're at right now. Barney's going to be going over the TIFIA documents, the TIFIA term sheet, and also going to be taking you through the financial submittal checklist. When we get to the end of that, we'll be taking any questions and providing any answers that we can at that point in time. So there'll be a significant amount of time for contractor questions and answers. Anytime during the process you have a question, raise your hand. Do we have another microphone? Okay, we have another microphone. Please wait for the microphone so that people can hear you. That's a pretty important part of what we're doing here. Okay. As you know, the project was advertised October 4. We've had quite a few questions since then. The plans and informational proposal are up on BidX right now. We also have several other documents up there, geotechnical documents, we just took down the draft documents because we have included them by addenda into the informational proposal now. So there's several different types of plan information there. In addition, there are the questions and answers that have been provided on BidX as well. Important that we use BidX for asking and answering questions. Questions that are received outside of that sometimes are a little challenging to get back onto BidX, especially some of the forms of the questions. So please use BidX to ask the questions and we will get you the answers. Okay. An addendum, as I said, the addendum for the financial provision has been processed, and then as a part of that, we took the draft DCPCs and the draft TIFIA term sheet off the BidX site, and we included them into the addenda, so they are now a part of the contract. We are still in discussions with TIFIA on the term sheet, and we're pretty convinced we're at about 99% on the DCPCs, on the deferred contract payment certificates. But again, those are both, in fact, really the entire financial provisions are still in discussions with the U.S. Department of Transportation. And the big deal is on the 12th of December, we're going to open bids. So that's the exciting day that we're looking forward to. We talked about this a little bit in the last meeting, but in partial satisfaction for the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, we have let and awarded a tree topping contract. And I don't remember who it was. What was it? Boyle-Built Enterprises was awarded the project with the low bid. And so trees will be topped, material smaller than 12 inches will be mulched for use in the project. And I believe we have a change to that where we've actually went to a specific quantity of mulch that were required, and the rest of it is disposed of by the contractor. And then the stuff will be left for the South Beltway contractor to remove and dispose. Letting is, as I said, is December 12. Financial documents. One of the changes is previously we were saying we wanted the financial submission within 3 days of declaring apparent low. We are now requiring those documents to be submitted with the bid. We are still working through the specifics of that submittal, not what it is, but how it is, how we get those. We really don't want to rely to paper envelopes, but that is the final if we have to. We believe we have a technological solution, and we'll be giving you more information on that in the future. Within 30 days of NDOT sending the contract, the lowest responsible bidder will have a 30-day time period to execute that contract, return it to us. We have a financial close deadline in the contract of March 31st. That has not changed. We have a notice to proceed of May 1 or earlier if approved. And we have answered a question to that effect that we would be allowing an earlier start. Substantial completion for the, as indicated in the contract, which is basically the freeway and a couple other things. 1,095 calendar days from the notice to proceed, and then completion is 1,460 calendar days from the notice. And I'm done. Are there any questions? Questions? Yes, sir.
You mentioned you're answering the question on the early start, Jim. That was phrased to allow work prior to notice to proceed. Is that how it's going to be answered? Specifically like the offline boxes and all of that? Or is it going to be you're going to start the calendar days when they'll start?
We will allow the work prior to the notice to proceed without the charge of working days. Is that in the next addendum? I thought we had that out already. So it's not out yet? No. Ah. Surprise!
What's the addendum?
What's that?
When's that next addendum?
This week.
Yeah.